Hey, what's up everybody? We're back. It is the Sideline Beekeeper. I know the beard's gone, but it's the same guy. Had some obligations come up I had to shave my beard for, and I can't really talk about it, but we'll leave it at that. If you know, you know, right? I think Mike Berry may know, and Dirt Rooster knows for sure, but don't bug them about it because they're not going to tell you. Had some family stuff going on. You got to put family first. But we're back out here, and we're going to be getting in these colonies today. The honey flow's here, it's arrived, so we're going to be supering what needs supered. We've got some supers on them, but main thing is just going through them, giving them once over. We've got a few queens that's not cutting it, so we're gonna kill them and requeen the colony. We brought some queen cells with us, and we're gonna make a few splits, and that's what we're doing today. We wanted to bring you along. Stay tuned. Okay guys, on this colony, it's an overwintered colony, but they're just not building up the way we want to. This colony is not going to make us a honey crop, so to remedy that, we're not going to kill this queen. We're going to use her to make splits off of. She's building up enough to make bees, but she's not going to make us any honey. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and find this queen, evaluate the brood pattern, and we're going to put another deep on top of this and make a split from it over a double screen board. As you can see, this still isn't even a full deep box of bees. Just goes to show you can make better queens than you can buy most of the time. These bees aren't doing, they're just spinning their wheels, and I'm not going to keep a colony around. It's just not going to do nothing. It's either going to make bees for me or it's going to make honey, one or the other. And without that, it's going to be shaking out on the ground. They are starting to feel some nectar in here, drawing the comb out. I don't expect to see a lot of nectar yet in this box because our flow is just now getting started. But if you can see this brood pattern, it's real shotgun, nothing great. But I can use this to make some splits off of, and they're not refilling that with nectar the best I can tell. Sometimes I don't understand why the queens don't build up stronger and make a bigger colony. It's a lot of genetics. She's got this side laid up in every cell that's empty, but they're just not growing the way they should. So we're going to harvest a couple of these frames and make a split over it. And I want to keep the queen in the bottom box. I want to know where she's at. And would you look here? I mean, they're starting to swarm cells. That's got eggs in it. I'm gonna swarm for them. I'm gonna destroy those. And we're gonna give them a cell that we want. We don't want this colony to requeen itself. We're gonna use our queen to do that. More of the same. That one's empty though. Right now I'm looking for the queen in this colony. And there she is. She's not a bad looking queen. She's just not cutting the mustard, so to speak. So I'm going to put her here. Actually, I'm just going to set her there. She's not going to be out of here long. You got that deep one? It's overcast and cloudy. Just sit right there. They're going to be stirred up here in a minute. And over here we got drone comb and another deep that we're going to utilize to fill that space back up with. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 frames of brood out of this box. I know where my queen's at. I'm going to leave her up here so she don't chill, even though I don't really want her. We're going to let this colony get established first. There's a little bit of food on here that'll support 2 frames of bees, plus what they've already got. So we're going to put that one in this new box. We're going to take a frame of brood, open and closed brood, and larva. Just a real shotgun pattern. Nothing to speak of, nothing to write home about. We're going to drop that one in. A few extra shakes of bees. And keep in mind, a lot of these bees are going to return back to the bottom. Fresh laying room for the queen. This is a frame of brood. I didn't split the brood nest up, or a frame of food, sorry. I don't want to split my brood nest up. I'm going to give them this frame they were working on. Well, they were right there working, so we'll put it here. We'll take another drone comb and we'll just put it over to the side. It's going to be a while before this colony builds up again anyway. We're going to release our queen. She's down. Double screen board, please. I'm not even going to put the entrance to the back on this one. I'm going to put it right up top. Will you bring his queen cells out here? Food on that frame. The brood's on this frame. Just hand it over. What we do is we carry our queens in a cooler. Nothing spectacular. Nothing crazy. I'm just going to take a cell out of there. Actually, that one looks a little small. I'm going to take 2. Can you close that back up, please?
Put it back in the truck?
Yeah. I just dropped that one. Did you see I dropped that cell? I dropped it out and it fell down. You know what I'm going to do with it? I'm done. I'm going to take this one. Just hold on. I'm going to take that. I'm going to put this cell down into the brood, just like that one, just like that. And I'm going to put one more in here too. Hold that one up. Don't squish it, bees. You can't set it up there. All right. Hold the bottom. There you go. Hold this. Sometimes it's harder to get them in with foundation or plastic foundation, but we got it taken care of.
You put that in the truck?
We're going to flip it back around into the orientation it was in. And we just pushed it back together. Now keep in mind that this colony's not been queenless any time at all. You can add queen cells, just make sure they're in a protector if they hadn't been queenless and don't realize they're queenless yet. Put them in a cell protector and you can go ahead and make you split right then. Saves us a lot of time sometimes. Okay guys, on this colony was established same time with the same queens purchased from the same person. This one's going to make honey for us this year. What we're going to do right now is we're going to give this colony some more space. And I'll show you what we're doing. We're going to actually take a foundation and put on this one. We're using a lot of drone comb to give the queen more room to lay. And this part here is going to become another part of the brood nest. We're going to start running a deep and a medium for our brood nest. She's up in here laying it up. There is a few cells started. Don't know why that is, so we're going to fix that also. We're going to destroy these cells and give it a once over and give them some space. Check for my queen. I don't see her. There's another cell that they started. Now this colony is going to want to swarm, but we can fix that. We can swarm for them, and we'll show you how we do it. There's another cell they've started. Sorry, B. See that pool of royal jelly down in the bottom with the larva? This colony was going to swarm on us, so it's a good thing we came out here when we did. But we'll swarm for them here in just a second. More of the same. Hand me that frame for me.
We'll look for her right there.
I'm just glancing at these, looking for a queen. I got a feeling she's in the bottom box. One of them days, guys. Dropping frames, dropping smokers. I'll take this. It's a lot of weight to this super, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna check these drones for any mites. We're looking good on our mites. The apivars seem to work okay for us. No issues, which is a good thing. But in the past it has, we've had some issues with it. So no mites on that drone brood, so that's a good sign. Now this colony, the bottom isn't completely full. We put that super on, a little early, but I'd rather give them more space than I think they need at the time. They're just starting to draw this out. So they've moved up into that top box. And the queen feels like she's out of space. I don't expect to see this behavior in all the colonies. Just the ones that we did like that. There's a queen cell that's almost capped. So instead of using our cell, I have no issue with this queen. I'm going to use that cell to make my split with. Hopefully I'll find one more. Yeah, there's another one. Be real careful with that frame, putting it back, since we are going to use those. There's another one. Yes, please. Oh yeah, this colony's full of cells. That one's capped, so we'll take it up top. Right now I'm just looking for my queen, because I want to leave her with the mother colony. And she may be in that top box too. We may have to go back through it again and look. We're drawing some of these cells out on the top. I'm not sure why they're doing that. Usually swarm cells are mostly on the bottom. They may be trying to supersede her for some reason. I'm trying to see if I can see any eggs in here. I see a lot of larvae, but no eggs. There's another cell up top here. We do have eggs, so that means the queen was in here within the last 3 days. I'm just looking for her. When we find her, we'll be right back with you. Guys, on this one we couldn't find the queen. It looks more like a supersedure issue than a swarm issue. So we're gonna split it. But we're also going to give it a queen cell of our own choosing, just because we don't know why that one was being superseded. We know the genetics behind our own queens, so that's why we're going to do that. And we're really just going to split it the same way we did before. We're going to put it over a double screen board, and we're going to give each section a queen cell. So this one's got a queen cell now. We're going to put our super back on. And we never did find the queen, so they may have already killed her since they had plenty of capped cells. So we've got that. Now we're going to put on our double screen board. Try not to squish any bees. Problem is we only brought, I think, 4 queen cells. So we'll have to go back home, because we know we're going to requeen a couple here. And we did give this a few extra shakes of bees. There's plenty up here on the lid. I'm going to put them down in there just like so. We're going to find a section of this split that we just made that's got some brood in it. This one will be great. I'm going to get that last queen cell we brought with us. We just carried in one of these. It'd be ever so gently with this one. I'm going to get our frame of brood. I'm going to gently push that cell in just like that. And I'm going to close it up. It's important to put it into brood, that way they stay on it. I'm going to close that. I pushed it a little farther than I normally do. And that's okay, I think. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. We're going to put this frame in the other side. And that's all we do. Reason we do it like this is whenever you're using queen cells versus a mated queen, you really only have about a 70% chance of getting that queen mated and getting her back to the box to lay it. So by doing this, we just doubled our odds. If the top one isn't successful, later on we'll just recombine this. Want to see how much bee coverage I got? Yeah, we'll be good with this. Especially it's warm, they're over that other colony. There's plenty of brood that's going to hatch out in this box. There's plenty in the bottom box that's going to hatch. So we're done with this colony for now. We'll come back in 2 weeks and see how it went. Okay, on this colony, this super's full. Like I said, we're expanding our brood nest. We're going to run a deep and a medium. But I've got I got some foundation I want to get drawn out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a frame of foundation from this colony, and I'm just going to put it in the middle here, right here. That'll encourage them to draw it out because there's drone comb on each side of it. And I'm going to look for, I'm just going to check the bottom. I want to see if there's any swarm cells before I do this. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift this colony up a little bit. It's heavy. I'm just going to give it a look and see if I see anything. I've got a few cups, but they're empty, so I'm not concerned with that. I'm going to destroy them anyway. I'm going to close this back up, and we're going to put this other super on top. Now this is foundation, no issues with it. I'm just going to show you how we like to deal with it. Sometimes we'll put it under this box. It just depends on what we're trying to do. But since I want this to be a brood nest, what I'm going to do is I took a frame that was in that other super that's just full of honey. I don't see any eggs or larvae in it. And it doesn't matter if it's even got some. I'm going to put it in the center of this undrone super right here. I'm going to close it back. And that's all we're doing. We're giving them space. This bait frame, all it's doing is enticing them to come up into this box and start working. And within a week or so, they'll be in here working really hard, drawing it out. And later we'll come back and we'll throw a queen excluder on it and make this a honey super for us. It's real important to keep your frames pushed together. Don't run 9 frames when you're trying to draw foundation because they'll draw kind of wonky. Go ahead and put 10 in there, and if you want to change it later, you can. Okay guys, on this one, it's just a split we made earlier today. We actually made 3 of them. What we did is we took our cell builder and we broke it down because we're going to have to build another one. That one, we've used that one 3 cycles or so. We could keep adding brood to it, but we'd rather just use it to make splits with. So all we're doing now is we're going through it. They've been queenless for a little while, but we're just going to go through here and we're going to give them a cell. I'm just finding the frame that's got the most brood on it, and these are small. I mean, they're nothing to really write home about, but it's still earlier in the season for us, so we've got the whole entire honey flow to make a split, and we're using these cell protectors. We know the origin of our queen, so we're fairly confident these will do good, and if they don't, we'll just combine them into the one it makes and go from there. Just put the cell in, drop it shut, push it back together, and put this in, and we're done with it. And it's as simple as that. Okay guys, so this colony here is pretty strong. It's doing really well. We put this super on a week ago, and it's looking good. So we're going to give them another one. Now there's 2 supers already on this box or this colony. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up just like so. And I'm going to put this one in the middle. That way they're kind of forced to go across unfinished comb to get to the other section of the box they're working. And they'll be more inclined to draw this foundation out. As you can see, they're all together. Always push them together whenever you're running or drawing foundation. You don't want to run 9 frames like I mentioned before. Now this colony is well on its way to making a lot of honey. It's a good strong colony. And the queen of this colony actually came from, we bought it from Bob Denny, but Chris Warner produced the queen out of Florida. And this, you can see how it's doing yourself. I mean, it's doing really good. So more of the same, this colony is ready for another box. I'm just quickly glancing for the queen, not really caring if I find her, honestly. He's going to put this box on top. We split this colony pretty hard. We've used it to make cell builders and things like that, but they're still doing good. I look forward to the honey crop that they produce because I think it's going to be pretty good. I'd like to get about 100 pounds per box, or colony, I mean, but that all depends on the weather and the flow. But this is kind of the way we super things, especially when we're drawing foundation out. There's a lot of different methods to do it, but this is one of our preferred ways to do it. And whenever they draw this out, instead of having plastic and wax foundation in this box, we'll simply reverse those 2 frames again, and we'll put the plastic back in the box with plastic foundation, and that'll be all wax. So when we go, we're phasing out all our wax foundation to plastic, so that'll give us an idea whenever, it'll just make it easier when we go back through them. So we hope you learned something today. We hope you could take something away from our video. I know we hadn't been around in a while, but we do appreciate you watching. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you liked it, how about hitting the like button, and don't forget to subscribe because we got more stuff coming. Thanks for watching, and happy beekeeping.